What's up, guys? Are you ready for the facts? This week, I don't think you understand. Like this week is so important for Jasmy, for Litecoin, for Bitcoin. It has to hold this one level that I'm going to show you today. And so far, the good news is it's holding, right? But if it doesn't hold this level this week, and today's Thursday, and we have till Sunday, things can get very ugly very fast. But my belief is that we're going to hold. So let's get right into it. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Of course, it's not financial advice. Not financial advice, it's all my own opinion. Okay, really quick, guys, before we get into Jasmy, I do want to show you this. On October 15th, I talked about Rivian stock. I said, should we buy this stock? Let's check it out. I told the community about the ticker Rivian. Okay, this looks ready to blast off here. Their financials suck, which they do, but I gave a price target of $24 to $25. The current price was $13.41. I talk about volume. We're hanging on a big stack of volume. This is a buy the dip type of stock here, in my opinion. Check this out, guys. We were priced at 1341. I think we dipped a little lower. I'm going to show you the chart real quick. I put this yellow arrow right here. Look where we're at today. Boom. Green candles is all I see. Broke out of this bullish pennant type thing. And you can see the RSI is just pumping. Now we're priced at 1718. So from that post, as people bought the dip, we are up over 30 to 35%. Okay. And this market has sucked the last couple weeks. So I'm pretty proud of this call that I did on Rivian. If you guys want access to more posts like this with different stocks and crypto, you want to get an edge, you can join the Patreon. Links are down below. Right now, I'm offering, I believe, 10% off if you pay for the whole year. Okay. Things will change a lot going into 2026. So lock in with me now if you're interested. Now, looking at Bitcoin first, and then we're going to look at Jasmy. I want to show you this level, kind of this thing that I was looking at the other day. Let's go to the weekly. So, what's really important about Bitcoin is the weekly RSI. Okay. So you could see every time we get down to this area, right about where we're at right now. Okay. Bitcoin always makes a new high. Okay. So let's test this theory. Right here, we hit the RSI. Bitcoin was on this candle. What happened? New high. Right here, we touched the RSI. Bitcoin was on this candle. New high. Right here, we touched the RSI. Bitcoin was on this candle. New high. Right here, we touched the RSI. Bitcoin was on this candle. New high. Right here, we touched the line. What do you believe is going to happen next? A lot of people will say, no, this is the bear market. But what I'm thinking is we're about to see a new high. And this is just one thing that I just wanted to show you real quick. I mean, I've been studying a lot of different indicators, just where we're at also with altcoin season. The Bitcoin dominance is also about to fall off a cliff as this loads. I'll show you real quick. Well, never mind. We're going to jump right into Jasmy, actually. So let me pull up Jasmy because this is really important that I wanted to show you today. Okay, so Jasmy has been consistently trading up and down for the last several weeks. Okay, it's really consolidating. It really reminds me of this back in the day. Okay, we had a double bottom right here, these two yellow circles, and then Jasmy just took off. Right now, we're forming the same double bottom. Okay, we also have this M shape right here, which sold off. We have this M shape right here, which sold off. But what I was saying in the beginning of this video is we need to hold this white line right here, which is about 0.0083. But I would love to hold this upper trend line right here. Like if we could close above this white line, then this is going to be very good. Okay. The other thing I showed the community was a Fibonacci level. We almost touched the 618 level, but we quite didn't get there. So we could go a little lower. I gave the level of like 0.009. Right now we're at 0.0093. So again, when I said this week is so important, it's all about this candle right here. Okay. We need to close this candle for sure above this level, but preferably I would love to turn around here. I know we got some good news yesterday with the bill that they passed. Hopefully the government's opening back up and all this stuff. And this was all just noise to scare us. And now we could just get a big rally because if you look here, guys, we're creating bullish divergence right here. So we have a higher low on the RSI. We have a lower low on the asset itself. And we had the same thing over here. We basically had bullish divergence here. We had this, which was very low, oversold. And then what happens? We just blast it off. Okay. So that's honestly what I think is going to happen next for Jasmy. And the target for Jasmy, if we stay in this trend that we've been in, I have these different trend lines up here. Let me get rid of this. Here we go. So depending what month really Jasmy takes off because it moves very fast, and I think it's going to move fast again. I don't think it's a dead coin or a scam coin or anything like that. I think it's going to move fast and it's going to sell off. I think everyone would agree to that, that you need to take profit. And that's why you need to start to understand the stochastic, the MACD, and the RSI. And I give the community lessons on that and how to match them each up on a daily time frame. So if you want to learn more, you know what to do. But when this takes off, it's going to go like this very fast. So let's just say this happens in December. Okay. By the end of December, we could get to a price of about 11 to potentially 14 cents. Okay. That could be the top of this area right here. If it gets pushed back later, let's say like January or February, we could get to 11, 12, all the way up to about 16 cents. Okay. If we just have to wait and this is a slow grind up, that's when we can start to hit these higher price targets up here of about 18. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen in September 2026, but just in case it does, 18 to 22 cents. And these are price targets I've given you guys in the past. I'm basically set on 8.5 to 9 cents right now. But if we're, and that's based off Fibonacci, but if we're looking at the trend lines right here, the top resistance, which you can see right here, resistance, resistance. So this is typically how it goes. Then we could see all this. And then obviously we have another one right here, which would be a lot higher, right? This would get us, depending what month it's in, like if it happens in January, I mean, we could get up to 40, 45 cents. I'm not really banking on that. I'm more banking on this area right here. But again, what's going to tell you guys when to sell, because it's not about the price target, it's about the levels on the RSI. Looking at the stochastic, looking at the RSI, looking at the MACD. Okay. You got to lock in on that on the daily time frame. When Jasmy starts to pump, I mean, I'll make YouTube videos and kind of update you every day. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you drop a like on this so that your cousin sees this video also, because this is very important information. But you got to learn this stuff, because if you learn the skill set, then you can eat the rest of your life, right? You don't got to sit on YouTube and watch people talk on YouTube all day. All right, guys. So appreciate you for being here. Drop a like and we'll see you on the next one.